If you're ambitious, maybe you're also young, and you're trying to figure out how to actually win at life, I promise you that one of the best things that you can do is to find a mentor. But the problem is that no one really tells you how to find one. Do you just DM some random millionaire on Instagram and hope that he gets back to you? Well, let me actually walk you through what I did to find a mentor and the things that you can start doing right now to find one by the end of the year. The first thing that I want you to understand is that there's two primary types of mentors. The first is one that helps you just because maybe they like you or something. And really they're there to help guide you in life in general and to help you find out what might be best for you. But now the second type of mentor is someone that you actually pay. And that is like a much more formal relationship where you're actually going to them to understand or learn something specific, and they're pushing you along further and faster on that path. I'm going to assume that you're young and not looking for someone that you can pay to get ahead faster, but instead someone who wants to help you for free. If that's the case, here are the three things that I actually did do in order to find a mentor. The first thing that I recommend that you do is that you go to meetup.com and you find local events in your area that are around the topic or the theme or the subject that you want to know more about. I promise if you do that and you go to these meetups and you show up with your best self, you will eventually find a mentor. And it might not even take that long. It might be the first meetup that you go to. But be consistent about it and make sure that you show up dressed well and looking ready to make an appearance. Now, the second is that you can actually find a mentor online. And what I did was exactly what I'm about to tell you. If you're in university, pay attention to this, because what I did was I went to LinkedIn. I went to my university's page on LinkedIn and I clicked on the alumni tab. On that tab, you can actually search for keywords. For me, it was like finance or real estate. And what I did was I went through and I found all of the alumni and I sent a personal note to 100 of them at least in a week. To be honest with you, I was sending like at least 30 personal notes a day. And I made that a mission. If you do that and you send a personal note that says, hey, I would like to get some advice about something specific even, right? You'll get people to talk to and you will find a mentor very rapidly, especially when you utilize the fact that these people have some sort of a common connection, which in this case is a university. One of the strongest ways to get somebody to want to mentor you. If you're not in university, the same thing applies. You just don't have that extra thing about the university, but you can find another way to find something that you have in common with these people, whether it's volunteering with an organization or anything like that. Just go on LinkedIn and find ways to find someone who's connected to the things that you already care about. Also, you might not be able to form a super personal connection this way, but I highly recommend finding a mentor on YouTube. There are millions of people on YouTube that are teaching about the things that you want to know more about. Find them, subscribe to them, and listen to the things that they have to say. Now, last, and this one is something that you've never heard before, is to read books written specifically by the people that you want to mirror in your life. And this is the most powerful way to find a mentor, because with a book, not only can you get access to the mind of someone who's anywhere in the world, but you can also get access to the mind of people who are anywhere in time. You can go back in history and find some of the brightest minds to study from and get yourself familiar with. Now, when you find a mentor, especially someone that you're developing an actual personal relationship with, either in person or online, do not beg them for their time. Instead, come to them bringing value to the table. Either offer to actually do something for them for free or find another way that you can provide value to their lives, whether it's documenting something that they're doing or providing your social media platforms as a way for them to talk about their business, whatever it could possibly be. Just make sure that you're coming to them and asking to give them something. I personally worked for my mentor for an entire year, not expecting to earn anything from him. I would go into his office on the weekends and I would just sit there and work with him. If you got anything out of this, let me know in the comments and I'll see you next time.